SPARC AI may be trying to solve one of the most dangerous weaknesses in modern drone warfare. That's the GPS kill switch. Hear me out here. Most drones today, they still depend heavily on satellite signals to understand where they're going. But once those signals get jammed, a sophisticated aircraft becomes, well, practically useless. And right now, the war in Iran is putting a real price tag on this very problem. Iran has destroyed more than 24 US drones since the war began, with a loss of nearly $1 billion and roughly 20% of the Pentagon's entire pre-war fleet of Reapers. And GPS jamming and spoofing, it is not just a thorny issue either. It's disrupted navigation for over 1,000 commercial ships and multiple aircraft in the region. And some defense analysts even believe that electronic warfare played a role in at least some of those drone losses. That's $1 billion reminder of exactly the vulnerability that SPARC AI says their Overwatch program is built to solve. SPARC AI's Overwatch software is designed to keep drones operating without reliable GPS by using existing hardware and AI. Let me tell you, if it works at scale, the company will be solving a very expensive hardware problem with low-cost, highly scalable software. But the tech is only half the story. SPARC AI still has to prove that Overwatch works independently, that it wins real contracts, and that it becomes a sustainable business. And that's why in this video, you're going to learn exactly how Overwatch works, why GPS-denied navigation matters, and how SPARC AI's execution could affect the stock from here. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Rick Orford. I'm a Wall Street Journal best-selling author, been trading since 1999, and no, I'm not a financial advisor. But that's a good thing, because I'm right here with you, breaking down the numbers so retail investors like us can make smarter, more confident decisions with our money. Okay, so for the longest time, GPS has been the default technology for geolocation. But GPS has one major requirement. It needs access to satellite signals. And if those signals get blocked, jammed, or spoofed, the navigation system, well, it quickly becomes unreliable or even stops working altogether. And for a military drone, that could actually mean losing the mission, the aircraft, or even both. And that's the exact problem that SPARC AI is trying to solve. Instead of relying solely on GPS, the company has developed an AI software platform called Overwatch. And this is designed to help drones and similar autonomous systems determine their location using cameras and onboard sensors. So the idea here is to give the machine another way to understand where it is when satellite navigation can't be trusted. Now, a drone without any reliable navigation is not truly autonomous. It may still have advanced sensors and an expensive payload, sure, but if it can't determine its position or follow the mission, those features become far less valuable. And in a hostile environment, a blind drone can become a stationary target. Overwatch is essentially designed to make the drone smart enough to understand three things: where it is, what it's seeing, and which details matter to the mission. Now, this technology reminds me a little bit, somewhat, let's say, of Palantir's Gotham platform, but on a much smaller scale and with a narrower application. Palantir, of course, helps organizations make sense of enormous amounts of data. But SPARC AI is trying to help make an autonomous system make sense of its immediate surroundings. And that matters because modern military operations increasingly involve electronic warfare, where the adversary deliberately interferes with communications and navigation systems. So a backup navigation capability, well, can't you see how it can mean the difference between completing the mission and losing a valuable asset? Well, before I go any further, I do want to give a shout out to my community. It's one of the fastest growing investing communities here on YouTube. And we talk about specific companies and options trading. And guess what? It's completely free to join. Just scan the QR code on the screen or check for the link in the description. And I hope to see you there. Now, one of Overwatch's biggest potential advantages is that it's software first and hardware hardware-agnostic. This means the platform is designed to work with different drones, different cameras, and sensor systems instead of requiring one specific machine. And that could make Overwatch much cheaper to adopt. Customers may not actually need to replace an existing drone fleet or buy new costly cameras or radar systems. No, if this all works, or if this all goes to plan, well, they might be able to integrate the software directly into the equipment that they already own. And from a commercial perspective, that could lower implementation costs, shorten deployment timelines, and even make adoption far easier to accomplish. It also gives SPARC AI a larger potential market. Instead of competing only for new drone purchases, the company can potentially improve aircraft that are already in service. And that creates a very different business model from, say, a traditional defense hardware company. Software just needs to be updated over time and deployed across more customers without the same manufacturing burden as physical products have. So, if Overwatch gains traction, each additional customer could contribute more meaningfully to its bottom line as the business scales. But right now, those advantages are still very theoretical. The next question is whether customers actually want the product. Well, consider this. SPARC AI has signed a deal with a second Ukrainian drone manufacturer to incorporate Overwatch into its own production. And that gives the company early validation in one of the most relevant markets for GPS-denied navigation. And in June, SPARC AI took that a step further. It engaged CFC Defense, which is a Ukrainian-based defense advisory team, to run its market entry program across the country's defense ecosystem. And their job is to map the most relevant end users, defense tech clusters, and government stakeholders, and to build a structured path from first contact to testing to deployment. And that matters because it's not just one more OEM agreement. It's SPARC AI building the infrastructure to keep adding manufacturers and relationships in a systematic way rather than one single deal at a time. So interest from manufacturers operating in that market seems to be meaningful, and now the company is building a repeatable process to convert on it. SPARC AI also has created a subsidiary that's focused on its U.S. clients. And that operation is led by Mac McCrann, who previously served as CEO of Drone Shield USA. The States is the world's largest defense market, so establishing a dedicated presence there makes strategic sense. And together, these moves suggest the company is advancing through its commercialization pipeline, even though the business is still extremely early. SPARC AI has also announced that Overwatch would be integrated into QGroundControl. This is a widely adopted open-source ground station for drone operations. QGroundControl primarily manages drone missions using GPS-based navigation. So integrating Overwatch could actually help address one of its biggest weaknesses in GPS-denied environments. SPARC AI also benefits from external validation, which early-stage defense companies really need to build credibility. But integrations aren't the same as revenue. And that's the dividing line here that investors today need to watch. Right now, SPARC AI is still pre-commercial. For the quarter ended March 31st, 2026, it reported no recognized revenue from operations. That means the investment case is still based mainly on future potential. The immediate financial question is whether the company has enough liquidity to actually commercialize Overwatch. And there's been some good news. SPARC AI has reported zero debt, approximately $3.5 million in cash in Canadian dollars against just $81,000 in liabilities. Again, that's in Canadian dollars. Management's also indicated that its available cash should be enough to cover at least its next 12 months of operations. So it gives the company some time, but there is a bit of a catch. Much of the improved liquidity, at least recently, has become from private placements or equity financing. And for existing shareholders, that creates substantial dilution. The problem with it is that it means that each existing share is now represents a smaller percentage of the company. That's what happens with dilution. Now, none of this should be a surprise. Pre-commercial businesses often need capital before generating any meaningful revenue. But it doesn't make dilution harmless. If commercialization takes longer than expected, SPARC AI may actually need to raise more money, creating additional dilution. And the bigger issue, of course, is that commercial and technical proof is still missing. SPARC AI has, of course, announced integrations, evaluations, and prospective customer activity, but it still has no meaningful source of recognized operating revenue. Until any real-world contracts begin generating sales, the investment case is going to depend more on what Overwatch might become rather than what the business is doing today. And many of the company's most important technological claims also come from its own filings and announcements. And those claims include operational integrity, target geolocation, and hardware independence. And there's nothing unusual about a company promoting its own product. But in defense technology, customers need to know whether the software works reliably outside controlled demonstrations. And that's why I'm going to be watching for pilot programs, third-party testing, and larger commercial deployments. Those milestones will help answer the central question here. Can Overwatch become a dependable defense platform, or will it remain a promising tech without a scalable business? Well, breaking into defense, of course, is never easy. Palantir started up in 2003, and even with deep connections into the Pentagon and early backing that was all connected to the CIA, we have to remember that it took nearly 20 years for the company to become profitable. AeroVironment and Kratos Defense, these companies also spent years developing products, completing military testing, and securing meaningful contracts. And that's the challenge that's facing SPARC AI. The technology may address a real and growing need, but turning software into dependable military contracts can actually take years. Defense procurement often requires extensive testing, security reviews, and government approvals. Even a successful trial doesn't guarantee a purchase order. So here's my take. I say SPARC AI is one of those companies where the technology is easier to understand than the investment case is itself. On paper, Overwatch addresses a genuine problem. GPS jamming is definitely becoming more important. Autonomous systems, they continue to proliferate. And software that enables navigation without reliable satellite signals could actually become a valuable capability. I might even call it a commodity. There is a real market opportunity. I see this, but the company still is pre-commercial. It still has no recognized operating revenue, and it still depends on external financing. So success is going to come down to converting pilots, integrations, and partnerships into recurring contracts. And that's why I think the stock deserves a little cautious optimism and a hold rating. SPARC AI may be ahead of the curve, and if management continues executing, if they can secure additional defense customers, and if they can begin producing meaningful revenue, well, the investment case could become much stronger. But at this stage, the company still needs near perfect execution. The technology has to work. Customers, they have to trust it. And perhaps most importantly, the contracts have to follow. Now, taking the company's financial position, market opportunity, and risks, if we put it all together, I say I look forward to watching SPARC AI in the future. But now I want to turn it over to you. Do you think GPS-denied navigation will become a basic requirement for modern drones, or will larger defense companies dominate the market before a company like SPARC reaches scale? And before I go, did I get this right? Did I forget anything? Let me know all of that and more in the comments below. And while you're there, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really does help others find the video. It supports the channel, and it makes sure that you don't miss out on my next deep dive. Well, that's it for me today. I want to thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again here on YouTube or in my community. Bye for now.